Ani Adriana, Shamina.
Can I answer, madam?
Yes, Shamina.
Yeah. The initial materiality level,
Yes, and another two.
timetable,
Shamina, do you
and
have wait, Shamina, do you have
oh my god,
you at class or because I listen others voice. Okay, Shamina, can you answer? Shamina, repeat the answer again. Oh. Okay, how about siapa lagi? Maybe Shamina got problem with the mic. Okay, how about Fatin?
Okay. Yes, madam. Thank you, madam.
Fatin Sharina. Do you have the answer?
Initial materiality levels,
Yes, initial maturity level. Other than that,
preliminary risk assessment,
okay, preliminary risk assessment, and another one.
reporting framework and scope of audit.
Reporting framework of the and the scope of the audit. So when you when you look at to the case study given, okay, or in the question given, okay, so you have to determine, okay, what are the connection between the audit strategy and the audit plan. Okay, thank you, Sharina. Okay, then you have to know what is the audit plan. Okay, audit plan is what, Fitri? What is audit plan, Fitri?
Yes, madam.
Okay, answer me. What is the audit plan?
What is the audit plan?
Audit planning.
Audit plan dia connected to audit strategy.
Audit plan is what, Fitri? Come again?
It's connected to audit strategy.
Yes, it's connected with the audit strategy. But what is the audit plan?
Audit
What
plan
it
is
determines?
more detailed.
Detail of, it determines the
Audit procedure.
the details of audit procedure, or it includes the nature, timing, and the extent of audit procedure. The nature of the misstatement actually. Okay, the nature of the misstatement, okay, whether the nature due to the inherent risk or control risk, that is a nature. Okay, or due to other the other risk assessment area. Okay, sebab itu dia kata nature, timing. So when you want to perform the audit, is it the nature is on the item in the balance sheet, or it is item in the financial statement? So if it's item in the financial position, So it's better you do the test on the balance sheet date itself, okay, or on the financial position itself. But if it is item for the whole period, okay, whole period means, okay, the transaction, okay, the nature of the misstatement, okay, let's say on the account receivable, okay, account receivable or inventory, okay, so the timing, so maybe you have to set katalah the nature, okay, of the misstatement, okay, is always happen during the inventory count, okay. So when you want to perform the timing, so you have to plan, okay, the timing should be conducted, okay, on the date of counting. So that is the meaning. And then what is the extent of audit procedure? So if let's say the calculation, okay, of the counting is wrong, so you have to focus, you have to extend the procedure on the observation of the counting. So it means that you must be present on the counting of the inventory. So that is the extent of audit procedure that you have to plan, okay, during the audit, because audit strategy is already give you the scope. So the scope, timing, and the direction. So direction is direction on what you have you have access on the preliminary assessment on risk. Okay, so you mula-mula mesti ada audit strategi. Okay, lepas tu baru ada audit planning. Sebab itu audit planning is determine the nature, timing, and extent of audit procedure, okay, of the material misstatement. So you kena faham that. Okay, share the screen. Malam bila I tanya kata dah faham, soalan keluar dah tak faham. Okay. Okay, can you see the PowerPoint screen here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So first is audit strategy. Okay, audit strategy. Okay, you said it is connected with audit plan. Okay, audit strategy determine the scope, timing, and the direction. Whereas audit plan, okay, determine the nature, timing, and the extent of audit procedure. Okay, why you have the audit strategy and audit plan? Okay, it actually comes from your understanding of the client business and industry. So that's why the first part you have learned on the risk assessment. Okay, you are going to assess the risk. Okay, whether the risk here is come from, okay, 3 categories. Okay, so you have to, okay, continue. Where we stop tadi? Risk assessment. So risk assessment here. Okay, so you must start with understanding the client business and industry. Okay, when you understand the client business and industry, then the first step is you have to identify the risk. Okay, when you have identified the risk, so risk might come from the risk of material misstatement, so where you have inherent risk and control risk, and another risk is come from the detection risk. Okay, detection risk. Okay, so now when you understand the client business and industry, of course, you must determine first what is the scope from the inherent risk and the scope from the control risk. Because when you do the audit planning, okay, you have to plan, okay, how you are going to reduce your detection risk. Okay, detection risk is only done, the timing of detection risk is when you do the final audit. Okay, you cannot perform the audit procedures, okay, during the interim audit because your financial statement is not yet, because the company's financial statement is not yet prepared, it's not yet complete. Okay, so the first thing you have to look at is inherent risk and control risk. That's why you have to identify the risk. When you identify the risk, you have to set the maturity level and so on. So you have to set the maturity level. So whether you want to use the material amount, maturity amount, ataupun you have to use the performance maturity. Okay, so you first you identify the risk. So identify the risk whether it's come from inherent risk or whether it's come from control risk. Because if it is come from the inherent risk, so inherent risk ni dia akan jadi significant risk. Sebab itu, you ada topik, additional topic in your textbook on significant risk because the significant risk will be area, okay, the nature, so this is a nature dalam audit plan ni, okay, dia become a nature, okay, the significant risk. So, if the nature is based on the inherent risk, okay, example, okay, examples of the inventory. So when we are talking about risk, risk means risk of material misstatement. So what is the misstatement? Misstatement can become from the any irregularities, okay, such as error, fraud, okay, any irregularities happen, okay, in the business. Okay, how you identify it? When you understand the client business and industry. Okay, where the sources may come from the inherent risk or control risk. So that is the sources of the risk. So from the misstatement that might, okay, happen, okay, in preparation. Sebab itu when you prepare when the company prepare the financial statement, okay, when the company prepare the financial statement. So they have a date here. So in terms of the preparation, so it started from the beginning of financial statement until the end of the financial statement. And then, so this is the risk at the assertion level. So yang ni lah you kena find out what are the risks in preparation of financial statement. Okay, from year end, so this is year end, and until the completion of the financial statement. Sebab normally auditor give company 1 month period to make any adjustment at year end. So this is adjustment at year end. Yang you belajar dalam financial accounting tu, adjustment year end. Ada tak belajar dalam FFA? Ada. Inilah dia adjustment at year end, whether this adjustment should be adjust to the current year or the company put it under notes to the account. Betul tak? Ada yang adjusting event, ada non-adjusting event. Is it agree?
Yes.
So Kalau non-adjusting event, put under notes to the account. If it is adjusting event, adjust to the current year. So this means at the assertion level, can you make a substantive test during the preparation of financial statement? Okay, sebab itu masa kita buat test of control, so normally timing. So timing of the test of control, okay, is happen before the year end. So this is interim audit. Okay, so apa procedure for the test of control? What is the audit procedure used for the test of control? Is it all the 8 can be used? Boleh tak? Mimi? Mimi? Mimi?
No, only 4 from the A.
Only 4 procedure. What are the 4? List me the 4. Whatever the first one?
Okay.
What are the first one, Mimi?
Inspection.
Yeah?
Inspection.
Inspection. Okay, inspection of document. Betul? Okay, second?
Observation.
Observation. Okay, third?
Inquiry.
Inquiry of the client. Fourth?
Re-performance.
Performance. Okay. So these are the 4 procedures that you have to determine, okay, during the scope, of an audit ni lah. Okay, sebab sebelum you nak extend, okay, the procedure, okay, to extend the procedure dia dah jadi audit plan kat sini. Okay, audit strategy and audit plan. Okay, both audit strategy and audit plan will be done, okay, during the interim audit. Okay, bukan masa you dah siap ni, okay, bukan dia dekat substantive test, dekat final audit ni, bukan. Okay, it's not in the final audit. Okay, the audit strategy, okay, and the audit plan, okay, audit strategy and audit plan, okay, will be doing, okay, in the assertion level at the interim audit. Sebab, okay, why? Because when you perform the final audit, you don't have enough time. Maybe you just have 1 month. Okay, so you 1 month you give company to prepare. So as I said yesterday, on 1st February you get the financial statement. So maybe you have 1 month only to do the test. Okay, you just imagine if the company is a big company, okay, complex transaction and so on. So that's why, okay, the auditor given a very limited time. That's why your substantive tests, okay, are based on sampling. You are not going to test the whole 100% because of the timing here. So that's why when you determine the scope of an audit, this one, okay, scope, timing and direction. Okay, you already know from the 4 procedure. Maybe you inquire, maybe you observe and so on to determine the risk assessment kat sini. Okay, and then That's why when you have set the maturity level, you already determine which misstatement, okay, which misstatement is material and which misstatement is not material. So for the misstatement that is material, so dia akan jadi significant risk. Okay, significant risk. So you dah dapat dah scope kat situ. The scope is significant risk area. So maybe the significant risk area kat situ inventory because of the economic downturn, sales drop, apa lagi, the customer have moved to another company, okay, the loyal customer move to other company, macam tu, because your product quality, because the company's product quality has been down, quality inferior quality, is not good quality, so that is the focus area already. So you already determine it at the as a preliminary assessment or at the interim audit. So maybe you identify already that area, okay, on like this month, okay, for the whole year, macam company at the last year they don't actually affected much according to the COVID. Okay, so tiba-tiba this year maybe because of the total lockdown by the company starting from March. Okay, so now it's June, so you already determine 3 months period, okay, where the nature itself now become potential of risk. So you dah determine dah that area. So when you determine, you put it under audit strategy. So bila you nak determine audit strategy, you dah tahu scope dia. So now they give you a direction. Okay, they give you a direction. Okay, what to focus. Okay, what to focus. Direction dia kita dah tahu because of the economic downturn. Okay, so give a direction already on the area of misstatement. So when you extend of the audit procedure, okay, bila you buat planning ni satu documentation, belum lagi you perform that plan something that plan, macam you planning, okay, planning belum buat lagi, so planning, so you dah tahu area, which area, okay, you need to focus. So now you determine what kind of extend audit procedures. So if let's say I said just now, okay, the item is inventory, so you have to look at whether the inventory itu misstatement dia datang daripada punca apa. Is it because of the nature itself? So if it is a nature, okay, you have to focus on the documentation, okay, or you have to focus on the inventory count, okay, or if because of the system is not effective, okay, because of the COVID, now majority of the employee does not work from the office. Okay, so maybe they have a very loose procedure. Okay, so they do not follow the procedure. Then you perform the test of control. So you determine whether the material misstatement is due to what. Kalau macam contoh case tadi yang ada sebelum ni, okay, is due to the inventory, the scope is inventory, but the area is because of the internal control system. So kalau area focus area dia adalah internal control system, so you focus on the test of control. Okay, after you focus the test of control, then if you are not satisfied with the evidence obtained, then you perform the substantive test on certain area where you not satisfied. So itu yang dimaksudkan oleh audit strategy and audit plan. Extent of audit procedure, it may test of control or it may substantive test. Okay, so kalau dia test of control, you can only apply for procedures. If it is test of substantive test, so you have analytical procedure, you have test of detail, balances, and test of transaction. Okay, so you can apply all the 8 procedures which are relevant to the audit objective. So this what we call the inherent risk. The focus area. So kalau focus area dia inherent risk, so yang ni you dah determine focus area ni during audit strategy. Okay. So during audit strategy you determine already the focus area. So how you want to gather evidence? How you want to gather evidence? That is the point. How you want to gather evidence? So this is a question mark. So how kita buatlah audit planning. So audit planning. So audit planning. So maybe you nak perform TOC. Okay, if you perform the TOC, what is your result? You will see the effectiveness of internal control. Okay, segregation of duties ke, proper authorization ke, document dia tak proper authorized, no proper approval, no segregation of duties. So that is the result of test of control. Okay, and then when you not gather sufficient appropriate audit evidence, and then you have also planned on the substantive procedure. Sebab yang ni planning sahaja dulu. Belum lagi buat. So kalau you dah tahu focus area, kalau lah kata today, hari ni you plan, contohlah plan nak pergi Mahkota Parade. Contohlah, memang tak boleh keluar lah kan. Contoh. So plan. So what you are going to do at Mahkota. So that is your planning. So macam tu lah you buat audit planning. Audit planning is not yet audit belum lagi you perform. It's not yet performing the procedures. Not yet performing, just planning. Planning ni satu plan lah. Plan ni apa dalam bahasa Melayu? Planning apa? Amni, what is planning?
Rancang.
Yes, thank you. You merancang. That is plan. Sebab itu dalam audit planning ni, katalah you nak perform you nak perform test of transaction. Test of transaction on sales. So apa yang you nak buat? 1, 2, 3. So yang itulah jadi audit program, a set of audit procedure. Yesterday we already look at how the auditor how the auditor plan for the to covering non-current asset. Dia kata nak test procedure, inspect a sample of asset. Itu dia punya procedure yang mana where you go for audit in the interim, this one ni final audit ni. Final audit ni nanti. Final audit belum masuk lagi ya. So when you do a final audit, kat sini, final audit. How you are going to conduct your substantive test. Substantive test or substantive procedure. Bila you pergi kepada company, you do the substantive test or you sit in your office, you just take what you have in audit planning? Okay, katalah NCA. Okay, example page 105. Okay, you have procedures inspection, inspect a sample of asset that are recorded in the non-current asset register. So, bila you pergi buat audit, okay, this one normally you go for the audit. Company auditor go. So now tak adalah, now everything done by computer. Patutnya I nak ajar yang tu hari ni, tapi sebab tak faham, tak boleh pergi the next stage. Okay, so this is audit subject so don't simply say oh tak apa nanti belajar kemudian, nanti faham kemudian. No. Okay, you must able to understand step by step in audit. So that's why I said if you must have at least 2 hours per day to look back what you have learned, to make sure that you follow the class until the current topic. Okay, so tak boleh topik 1 tak faham, so you bawa ke topik 2 tak faham, topik 3 tak faham, and then you sampailah ke akhirnya tak faham. So you don't just say that okay tak apa, this is audit baca-baca. Okay, no, this is a technical paper. Okay, audit is a technical paper, theory but technical. So you have to understand it clearly. Okay, it's not a easy subject. Okay, so thank you for choosing the okay to take FAU. So you have to challenge yourself, challenge yourself to pass with a good result. Okay, so audit planning. So you already have all the audit procedure. So audit procedure. Okay, sebab dalam audit planning, what you have focused just now. Okay, you dah ada all the extent of audit procedures. Okay, all the extent of audit procedures. It come from two, sama ada TOC ataupun substantive test. Tapi TOC ni, test of control, we are not perform during the final audit. We perform it during the interim audit. So once you already respond to your risk, ni this one, mana Nah, so you need to respond to the risk. Okay, respond, you ada overall response and then you ada respond to detail audit procedure. So kalau you overall respond, maksudnya you perform both tests, test of control and substantive test. Okay, so when you perform both responses, okay, when you perform both, so this is called overall response. Okay, when you identify that the internal control system is less effective. Okay, less effective. It's not totally not effective. Okay, so you can perform. Maybe last year you have performed the test of control. Then you identify a certain item weakness. So katalah there is no proper approval on some document and also no segregation of duties. Okay, and then you give suggestion to the company. So this year, okay, you are doing the continuing audit. You are the same auditor. Then you think that you need to perform the test of control on that kind of weaknesses. So you perform again. So when you perform it, so you perform before the final audit. Okay, you perform that, oh, the system is already effective. Okay, it's already effective. Then you rely on the control system. So when you rely the control system, you can less your substantive procedures. That's why you need the audit planning. Okay. So in another, this is overall response where you perform both test of control and substantive test. Okay, when you want to perform the detailed response, so dia ada satu lagi response, detailed response, detailed procedures. Okay, detailed procedures. Okay, this is a second response. Okay. Okay, you only perform the substantive test. Okay, you only perform the analytical procedure, the test of transaction and test of balances. Why you only perform the detailed procedures? You not focus on test of control because the test of control is not effective at all. Okay, not effective. Okay, or okay, you might see this one. Okay, if you audit the small company. Okay, the small company normally they're not focused on the system of internal control. Okay, internal control system, because they might have not enough money to set up the internal control system, or they might only have 1 or 2 workers in their company. So they do not have any at all the internal control system. So that's why you not focus to the test of control. You just focus to the substantive test. So when you want to conduct this final audit, so this is the timing. Okay, final audit. Okay, so you see now how the risk and the audit strategy and audit plan work. Okay, dah faham kelas? Any question?
Okey ni dia.
Okay. Siapa yang tak okay lagi?
Itu
Ya, Mimi.
yang slide yang last kali tu kan.
Slide yang last. Ni,
TOT tu dengan TOB tu stand for apa?
TOC.
TOT.
Test of transaction.
Oh.
Test of balances. Okay. Okay, sebab yang ni penting. Sebab test of transaction, dia you have to test it for the whole year tau. For the whole year. So maksudnya test of transaction tu berlaku sepanjang tahun. Okay, sepanjang tahun. So means that you cannot focus the test tu on only certain month. Okay, tak boleh. Macam katalah you tahu test of transaction ni sales berlaku sepanjang tahun. Sebab itu dia punya objektif ada occurrence kan. Occurrence ni sama dengan existence. Dia tak sama dengan existence balances. Existence balances dia exist on the date of the financial position. So kalau you nak test satu hari, okay, katalah you nak test on 30th June. So you boleh test satu hari. At 30th June tu apa aset yang company ada. Itu nama test of balances. Existence dia on particular date. Tapi existence untuk transaction for the whole year. Sebab itu dia occurred. It must be occurred. Dia mesti berlaku. And it is. Okay, so that is the timing. Timing of the audit procedure. Okay, nak buat test transaction kena the whole year. Nak buat test balances boleh pick up one day. Sebab itu your statement of financial position asset, statement of profit or loss and comprehensive income for the year ended. Itu beza dia. Bila you buat audit, you kena check on that one. Okay. Any question? Fitri, dah faham?
Okay, madam.
Boleh? Boleh tak boleh?
Boleh.
Boleh tak Fitri?
Boleh, madam.
InsyaAllah sebab itu you dah tahu siap semua sampai audit program set of audit procedure, and then you kena tengok because in the direction kat situ, okay, you kena tengok what is the resources. Okay, resources yang company ada. So in order for you to determine the staff. Okay, which staff, who staff need to perform the audit, okay, at the significant area tadi. Significant risk tu siapa yang perform? Significant risk tak boleh orang biasa-biasa, tak boleh auditor, junior auditor, okay, must be conducted by senior auditor, macam tu. So and then need supervision from the audit manager. So that is the important, okay, why you need to allocate the audit strategy, okay, sebab you nak set, okay, your audit staff. Okay, so sekarang ni bila you belajar audit ni at the beginning stage ni, you kena belajar overall. So you kena tahu apa function audit partner. So you kena tahu apa audit manager buat. So and then you bukan setakat kena tahu, and then you kena faham how to do it. How to do it tu yang susah tu. Sekarang ni you belajar how to do it as the audit manager. Okay, as the audit manager. Sebab you are now is different from learning macam business technology. Okay, you learn all the things. Okay, but you not focus. That one is for you to bring your mind, to open your mind to become the what they have in the business. Okay, so bila sekarang ni you dah tahu, okay, the what business do. Okay, so now you are doing the audit where you are going to audit the company. What business do? You nak audit dia. Okay, so that's why you have to know, okay, how the audit partner work, how the audit manager work, and you have to perform it. You kena tahu apa yang diorang buat. So sekarang ni audit manager buat audit strategi dengan audit plan. So you kena tahu macam mana diorang buat audit strategi and audit plan. So that is what you learn, okay, in audit at the foundation level. Okay. Bila you dah pergi atas nanti, you akan lebih kepada this one, detail procedure ni. Okay, you akan belajar all those things sama macam mana you belajar foundation. Okay, that is the advantage lah when you take audit, then you will easy for you to score paper F8. Paper F8. So, but provided you understand lah. Okay, kalau you just pass on the dot je, nanti you susah juga paper F8. Okay, so tak apalah you susah sekarang. Okay, sebab nanti paper F8 you dah senang, and then you can focus to other subject. Okay, so and then yesterday the last one kita belajar management expert dengan auditors expert. So sama jugalah cerita dia. If let's say the company prepare the financial statement, okay, when during the preparation of financial statement ni until 31 December 2020, okay, first 2020 preparation, okay, of financial statement. Okay, so the company, okay, use the management expert. So when the company use the management expert, okay, you have, when you do the audit kat sini, okay, you plan, okay, when you do the planning, okay, of the audit, you know that you inquire management, okay, inquire, do you have or do you use the management expert? So the management say yes. So at what area your expert focus? So katalah dia kata non-current asset on the land and building. Okay, so the management use the consultant surveyor. Okay, surveyor, so land and building consultant surveyor. So you have to look at in terms of the independent. Okay, in terms of the objectivity. Okay, in terms of the competency. Okay, the skill. Okay, the experience. Okay, of the surveyor. So this what you have in your case study given. Okay, that is management expert. Okay, you look at in terms of the competency and objectivity, and you have to assess their work. Okay, assess their work. So, and when you since you when you audit, so when you audit the NCA is a balances, test of balances. Okay, you must look at to all these factors. Okay, if you see you not satisfied, okay, with the surveyor, when you see that surveyor is work in the company, okay, it's not the outside surveyor. But surveyor is work hired by the company, so means that in terms of the independence, okay, might be impact. So you have to perform the test of balances. If let's say you are not also expert, okay, in the non-current asset valuation, okay, land and building valuation, okay, you are also not expert, then you have to think to use the auditor expert. Okay, auditor expert. So you, the auditor itself, find the expert to use. Okay, to use the auditor's expert. Okay, who appoint, who use it? Auditor. So you put it in your audit plan. Letak dalam audit planning. Means that you do not know, okay, or you do not have enough knowledge, okay, regarding the land and building valuation area. So you need the auditor expert. So you letak kat dalam audit planning. So nanti bila you buat substantive test during this period, so you dah ada laporan from the expert. Okay, sebab you dah ada dalam you punya audit planning. So, siapa yang buat audit planning? Audit manager. So, audit manager ni will communicate with the expert, okay, and make the expert to do the valuation on land and building. So, that's how you gather sufficient appropriate audit evidence. Okay. Done. 1 hour. Just to recall back what you have learned yesterday. Any question? I keep asking you if you have any question.
Madam.
Yes, Syamina.
Yang pasal kes malam tu kan? Yang tu kan, competence and objectivity semua tu dia test sebelum dia hire Harvey Herbert ke semasa?
Harvey Herbert ni adalah management expert.
Okay.
So
kenapa dia nak kenapa dia nak consider semua benda tu? Kan dia dah expert.
Okay, kita memang betul sebab bila yang tu siapa yang lantik? Harvey Herbert tu siapa yang lantik?
Management, sebab management expert.
Means that the client's company kan? The client's company, right? The client's company is not the auditor's expert. Bila dia one of the person who in charge in the preparation of financial statement, so you have to do the investigation on their independence, objectivity and competency.
Sebab klien yang hire semua kita kena
Yes.
tahu punya kerja dia macam mana semua.
Ya. Sebab kita kat sini kita audit. So bila when the surveyor give the figure, kan? So give up dia sama juga macam this case sama macam internal auditor. Where the internal auditor also give recommendation to the company, kan, tapi internal auditor tu hired by the management. Sebab itu kena tengok juga in terms of their competency dia, objectivity dia and independence dia. Sama juga dengan kes ni. Kalau lah Harvey Herbert tu contohlah dia work in company. Okay, siapa nama company ni? Fuji Caterpillar. Fuji Caterpillar ni hire Harvey Herbert ni letak kerja bawah dia. Faham tak? Dia bukan konsultan luar.
Yes.
So dia kat situ you akan question betul ke figure tu, ataupun figure tu boleh ada apa namanya sekejap siapa boleh tolong I? Macam dia bincang-bincang lepas tu letak harga tu, macam tu.
Manipulate ke madam?
Dia try to manipulate. Boleh dia discuss sama-sama and okay. Katalah audit management tu kata, board of directors kata, okay, you should increase the figure because actually we are going to show the shareholders that the figure should be increased. Macam tu. Okay, dia bersekongkol bersama board of directors. Faham tak?
Faham.
So that's why kita kena tengok in terms of independence, dia objectivity and competency of the surveyor. Okay, yes, kalau dia orang luar, tapi you have to look also in terms of the close relationship between the surveyor and the board of directors. Itu kena tengok. So if you are satisfied, then if you see during the preparation ni, you don't have any information regarding the independence, the objectivity and competency, okay, of the surveyor, then you have to come up with your own auditor expert.
Okay.
Apa advantage dia kalau you pula auditor, ada auditor expert?
Advantage apa?
Okay, if let's say Syamina, you are the audit manager, kan? So you are the audit manager, then you tahu that the company is already have their own expert, management expert. So if you think you do not have enough information regarding the management expert hired by the management, so you cannot see this one. You cannot look at how it is independent, objectivity, competency. So what should you do next?
Hire another expert.
Another tu maksudnya apa? Another is be specific. Another tu siapa? Which expert?
Another auditor expert.
You kena cakap bukan another, appoint auditor expert sahaja. Sebab kalau another tu maksudnya ada seorang lagi you nak you nak hire. Okay? So sekarang ni kita appoint
auditor expert yang dah ada dalam company madam.
Bukan, auditor expert ni you sendiri. You kena appoint auditor expert yang independent. Okay, so kena dapat pula auditor expert. So if let's say the auditor expert dengan management expert figure is different, that is also the issue. So what should you do? Discuss with the
Management.
Discuss with the management. So baru kita boleh tahu. So that one should be put in the audit planning. Auditor expert, sebab bila you pergi ke final audit nanti kat sini, okay, you dah tahu macam mana nak buat So kalau katalah when you already receive the auditor's expert report, so the figure is different from the management expert figure. So you dah bawa, just bawa during the apa tu, test of balances tu, you bring this with the discussion with the management. Kalau tak, nanti audit tu akan ambil masa yang lama lah. Selalu kalau you tak ada planning. Sebab itu advantage of audit planning to perform work with the effective manner. You nak reduce audit risk. Kan at the end you want to reduce audit risk. Itu objektif yang sebenarnya. Okay. You want to reduce. Okay, buatlah kat sini. Okay, what is actually the objective of audit planning?
Reduce audit risk.
Okay. So at dia kata to apa dia kata, to audit to be performed in effective manner. Okay. So this is dia kata objective of audit planning. Okay, ISA berapa? 300 kan? So dia kata audit to be performed in an effective manner. So actually what is effective manner? Okay, so the manner tadi, the effective manner means that the audit process tu, okay, risk assessment, procedure, okay, audit strategy, okay, and audit plan, okay, was prepared, okay, prepared before the audit audit procedures performed. So as a result, okay, audit risk, they will be set at a low, at acceptably low level. Okay, at acceptably low level. Okay, itu sebenarnya. Okay, audit risk will be set at acceptably low level. So berapa persen low level? Berapa persen low level?
Ikut materiality dia kan?
Normally kalau auditor dia set maximum 5%.
Oh.
5% saja. Okay.
Maximum low.
Maximum low level tu 5% saja. Okay, baru yang ni you akan produce and modify audit report letter. So maksudnya bila you set, okay, you dah tahu kan dekat sini dan audit risk you mana tadi so you dah tahu yang mana you nak buat apa tu yang kat sini risk assessment ni. Okay, you dah tahu nak perform sama ada overall response. Overall response dia.
Tak puas kalau ni apa?
Tu ni detail. Okay, mana overall response? Overall response tu slide nombor
3.
5 yang mana? 5 Yang tu.
Okay. So overall response. Okay. So you dah tahu overall response. So yang ni actually dia come from audit risk, inherent risk, time control risk, time detection risk. So yang ni you dah tahu dah set dia daripada risk assessment, you understand the client business and industry. So kalau kat sini high, kat sini should be low. So kat sini will be low. Kalau dia ada vice versa, so kalau dia tengok inherent risk and control risk of the company is low, okay, is low. So maksudnya inherent risk dia pun tak banyak due to the nature of the business, and control risk also good. The company has a good internal control system. So what should you do? You can reduce your detailed test, okay, but you gather less evidence. Okay, tapi you have to perform substantive test juga. Okay, so this one will be when the inherent risk, okay, and risk of making misstatement low, detection risk high, audit risk will be low. Okay. So, detection risk tu maksudnya tinggi, bukan auditor is not effective So kat sini nampak detection risk ni high. So detection risk high bukan auditor not effective, but you can reduce the audit test. So kat sini you can less gathering audit evidence. So because kenapa? Because the inherent risk and risk of material misstatement itself is low. Maksudnya company is very good in controlling their system and so on. So you rely in the internal control system, so you reduce the audit test. So yang ni you letak juga dalam audit planning. So maksudnya you punya test tu dah boleh jimat dan masa you buat audit tu dah boleh singkat. You boleh ambil job lain pula. Macam tu lah. Sebab itu you can have proper planning. Company, audit pun tak boleh terima satu klien sahaja. Macam mana dia nak makan? So dia normally dia akan ambil 50 klien ataupun 100 klien for a year. Macam tu.
Sorry, detection risk rendah, banyak audit test ke apa?
Yes, kalau detection risk low, so maksudnya risk of material misstatement ni high, so kenalah banyak buat audit test. This one. This one perform more test.
More evidence.
Yes. More test, more evidence sebab material misstatement ni tinggi.
So maksudnya yang lagi okey kalau dia punya material misstatement dia rendah yang bawah.
Yes, betul. Kalau kat sini, kalau you dapat company yang macam ni, you akan boleh dapat banyak company lain lah sebab you banyak boleh buat audit lah sebab risk rendah. Bila risk rendah, perform test kurang, so maksudnya you jimat masa kat situ. You bolehlah terima appointment yang lain pula. Tak. Sebab itu you kena buat proper audit planning ni sebab kita nak tengok resources kita cukup ke tidak. Okay. Kalau the real audit macam tu lah. Okay. So you nak audit planning kan, you dah plan. Okay, plan katalah audit risk equal to inherent risk time control risk time detection risk. Okay, so this is risk of material misstatement. This is substantive. It comes from the substantive procedure. Yang penting kat sini, risk of material misstatement. So it give you the direction. Okay, direction of the extent of audit procedure here. So katalah risk of material misstatement ni high. So your detection risk will be low. You need to perform more tests. So if you perform more tests, means that you need more time. Okay, more time, more audit evidence. So kalau sepatutnya yang ni, nanti audit risk will be low. Kalau kat sini detection risk you katalah you tak perform well for detection risk, the possibility of audit risk ni akan jadi bertukar, tersalah. So maksudnya kalau you sepatutnya keluar modified report, sebabkan you tak fokus masa audit, masa performing the test, okay, you may have less audit evidence, then you come up with the unmodified report. Yang ni akan jadi audit risk lah where you know that the financial statement, macam mana kata you know, because you already set your material statement is high level. Bila you set your material statement at high level, so potential of risk of material misstatement kat sini tinggi. Potential material misstatement tu high. So means that you have to gather more audit test. Tapi sebabkan maybe you kejar klien lain ke, you are not competent ke, so ataupun you come up with the wrong audit test decision, conclusion tu salah. So you pun kata, oh, the financial statement presented with true and fair view. Padahal sebenarnya tidak. So you akan ada audit risk itu. What is the meaning audit risk? Issue an inappropriate audit opinion when the financial statement are materially misstated. Inappropriate audit evidence when the financial statement are materially misstated. So maksudnya you tahu that content, macam mana you tahu? Dalam audit planning. So this is audit planning. Nampak? Can you understand now?
Nampak.
Okay, so if you understand this concept, then it's easy. Sebab lepas ni, bila kita dah habis je section B ni, now is the procedure for this one. POC dengan substantive test. Dah tak ada dah nak ulang-ulang dah benda-benda ni semua. So these are all the application. These are all the application So no longer on the basic theory part ni, tak ada. So if you don't understand, then you have to ask me. Okay, especially section B ni very important. B ni kalau you tak faham, memang you tak boleh buat lah section C ni nanti. Okay, sebab section C, D dan seterusnya adalah application. So kita dah pergi dah kat sini, detection risk ni. Okay, you have to perform the test of control and substantive test. So means you dah mahir macam mana the situation arise. Okay. Ada soalan tak?
Madam, yang audit risk model tu kita kena assess every time kita audit ke?
Every time. Maksudnya macam mana Amni?
Every year kalau kita buat recurring audit.
Recurring audit. So audit planning, yes, kena buat every year. Yang kita tak buat ni je, test of control je every year. Katalah untuk tahun recurring audit kan kita ada 2 respon. Yang risk assessment tu kena buat. Okay, it is very detailed if you are at first year. Tapi on the second year, okay, dia tak jadi susah lagi lah sebab second year you dah tak payah buat test of control. You terus pergi kepada this one, detailed procedures. So dalam audit planning tu tak payah buat untuk overall response. Boleh tak Amni? Tapi yang audit risk model tu kena nilai lah. Bila you tak buat test of control, so maksudnya you gunakan yang tahun lepas punya test of control. Okay, so you boleh tengok dalam audit documentation, but you are not going to perform the test. But the result of previous year's test will be used to the current year. So, untuk second year of audit, you tak payahlah perform test of control. So, kita tak gunalah overall response. Kita guna detailed procedures response. So audit planning you berfokus ke sini lah. Okay, tapi result untuk inherent risk and control risk guna yang tahun lepas punya. So kalau tahun lepas punya risk of management statement tinggi, so kalau dia tiada apa-apa changes, so you no need to perform the test of control. But if there is a changes, okay, regarding your advice, so dia ada buat perubahan, so you need to use back your mana tadi? This one, overall response, sebab you ada buat test of control. Boleh ni? Ni?
Boleh madam, dah faham dah.
Okay. So hari ni maksudnya saya tak bagilah pergi kelas, saya tak buatlah yang automated tools and teknik ni. Sebab I buat kelas Q&A je lah, tutorial hari ni. So any question?
Madam.
Ya.
Yang expert, kita expert dengan management expert ni, kita kena refer setiap kali buat audit ke? Ke kalau ada macam nak value NCA tu macam kita tak sure, baru kita refer kepada expert tu. Ke setiap kali kita buat audit tu, kita kena refer dorang?
Tak, dia bukan macam tu. Dia you kena tengok on that particular year, katalah company tu ada buat valuation on their non-current asset. Okay, sebab bukan tiap-tiap tahun dia revalue kan. Macam kita belajar accounting lah. Kan company tu ada buat revaluation tiap-tiap tahun ke? Ani?
Tak.
So once dia buat revaluation, sebab itu bila kita tengok financial statement dia, okay, kita tengok financial statement dia, kita ask management. Kita ask management, is your company this year have any revaluation on asset? On non-current asset. So kalau dia kata tak ada, so tak payah dalam audit planning itu kita nak ada auditor expert. Ataupun kita dah expert, tak payahlah kita guna auditor expert. Faham tak? So kalau lah dalam team ni tuan ni ada expert, macam auditor tu dah expert in terms of the valuation of non-current asset. Dia dah pergi attend kursus in terms of surveyor ke apa ke, so dia dah expert. So you use your team lah. Tak payahlah guna auditor expert.
Faham?
Okay, so ini kalau kata kita auditor tak expert, tak competent in that particular area. Tapi kalau kita competent, kita tahu macam mana, kita mungkin based on your experience, katalah you dah experience on the valuation of land and building ni, dah memula tahun pertama tak pandai, tahun kedua tak pandai, 3 pergi kursus sana sini, so tahun kelima dah pandai. So you guna je lah team you punya expert tu, you tak payahlah guna auditor expert, nak cari konsultan luar. As long as you gather sufficient appropriate audit evidence. Boleh ni?
Boleh madam.
Okay, lain soalan. Hari ni soal jawab je lah. Okay, you tanya daripada section B kita belajar tu sampailah, sebab automated tools dan teknik ni dia guna computerized pula. The situation is still same tapi dia guna komputer je. So kalau if you don't understand the apa ni, this is manual. Manual audit ni you tak boleh buat yang computerized ni. Okay, tanya. Okay.
Ini bukan komputer lah, tapi kalau yang discussion yang daripada management expert dengan audit expert yang tak balance tu kan. Kan kita buat discussion, lepas discussion dengan management, kalau yang expert tu tak include.
Discussion with management, expert ni management expert ni masuk ke tak masuk?
Dalam discussion.
Tak masuk lah. Sebab kita sekarang ni discuss with the management. Management je yang akan tanya dia. Sebab kita nak tengok independence of the management with the consultant tadi. Kita nak tengok macam mana, how to what extent the management and the consultant is independent. Dia tidak rely each other. Okay, so kalau kata kita bawa masuk consultant ni, nanti kita tak boleh nak tengok management dengan consultant ni independent. Unless kalau board of directors nak juga dia masuk, so itu kita tak boleh nak petikai lah. Tapi you as an auditor, you have to be smart in controlling the issue. Sebab itu jadi auditor ni macam macam senior you beritahulah, your senior yang first batch tu dah masuk Ernst & Young. So dia cerita kalau dia baru je join for 7 months tapi dia dah dapat offer dah kerja tempat lain. Tapi so means that your knowledge, if you become the auditor, okay, you will get a very lot of knowledge lah. Okay, in terms of the company, okay, in terms how your discussion with the people, okay, sebab sebab itu I try to make yourself is very competent. Maksud you must know how to inquire people, okay, the way you ask people must be polite but must be with the fact, macam tu, okay. That is communication skill. Sebab dia beritahu juga, dia ada sharing tu hari dengan junior you, FIA student. Dia kata the most important thing is communication skill. So how you communicate with the client and also the third party. Okay, so sebab itu I ask question. So from that you build up your skill of communication. Okay. Anyone yang tak pernah tanya, you tanya. If let's say you don't know how to ask in English and ask in Malay, but you must have a skill to ask. Okay. Remember in your audit procedure, inquiry is applicable to test of control and substantive test. So means inquire means you have to speak. So you must, siapa kata jadi auditor ni tak boleh bercakap, so you need to speak to people. Okay, dia tak bercakap dengan laptop, dia bercakap dengan people. Okay, so now ask me. Today is no break but this is only the revision class. Okay, those who need the break, then you can go to toilet. Okay, any more question? It's a discussion class. Yes, 3.
Kalau yang dia setkan material misstatement tu low, dia memang outcome dia pun akan low ke? Dia takkan jadi macam tiba-tiba high ke?
Boleh, dia boleh berubah, dia boleh berubah. Okay, if let's say you put which one tadi? Okay, I put in another slide, Okay, based on audit risk model, Fitri, Is it based on audit risk model?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Audit risk equal to inherent risk time control risk time detection risk. Okay. So, what is your question, Fitri?
If the material kita setkan yang material misstatement tu low, the outcome will always be low.
Low material misstatement. Okay, low material misstatement, so detection risk will be high at the beginning, at the planning stage, at the planning stage. Okay, so this is happen at the planning stage. Okay, so now at the planning stage, maybe you plan you do the audit planning maybe on June 2020 lah. Okay, you nak 2021? Okay, kita guna 2021 lah Boleh Fitri?
Boleh madam.
2020 ke 2021? Okay, current lah So 2021. Okay, setelah you appointed by the company on 1st March. Okay, so you appointed as recurring audit lah. Cerita senang sikit, recurring audit. Maksudnya berterusan So tahun lepas pun you dah audit. So now you preparing the audit planning on June. So audit planning based on the last result, you see that risk of material misstatement is low. So this is risk of material misstatement is low. Okay, so you pun set the extent of audit procedure. So you say you have a set of audit procedure, but maybe you have increased your level of maturity. Okay, what happened when I increase the level of maturity, Fitri? What happened, Fitri? Kalau I increase the level of maturity? Fitri?
Yes madam.
Apa yang berlaku sekiranya I naikkan level of maturity?
Dia punya risk lagi tinggi.
Risk lagi tinggi. Apa yang berlaku kepada number of sample or evidence that you are going to gather?
Evidence makin banyak nak kumpul.
Makin banyak ke makin sikit?
Makin banyak sebab dia high level of material.
Bila I increase the level of maturity, katalah sebelum ni I buat 50,000, starting with 50,000. Now I increase it to 80,000. So, sampel banyak ke semakin kurang?
Banyak.
Banyak juga So kalau I increase level of maturity, sampel dia akan jadi kurang lah. So sebab I dah increasekan ni number ni daripada active, daripada 50,000. So kalau ada transaction tu, okay, tu sekarang ni salah. Okay. Sekejap So you have in the jar here. Okay, contohlah. So now you have lots of item here. Okay, so if let's say last year, okay, I set a level of